Alright guys, welcome back to Survival Living here, and yes, it is a late night stream. I wanted to discuss some of the things that are going on with this whole Israel war with Hamas and a lot of connections and stuff with Iran. There should be some pop-ups there for you guys, some video footage of that attack. And one of the things I saw in my own comment section was about the Iron Dome. Well, it looks like the Iron Dome didn't work so well. Well, it's actually did decent. It really did. Projected about 90% of the missiles that were fired, the rockets that were fired, were knocked out of the air. Now, some missiles, some of these rockets made it through. You're talking anywhere from 3,000 to, well, 2,000 to 5,000 rockets that were fired in a span of a few hours. That's not bad. A defense system isn't set up to shoot missiles in defense nonstop. Someone has to reload this stuff. So, not bad at all. Should be some pop-ups there for you on the Iron Dome. So, I want to discuss that right now. I don't know why people like to talk trash about Israel and stuff like that. I'm not Israeli. I'm not from the Middle East. I'm not, I'm an American citizen. I'm a redneck. But Israel is an ally of the United States. Now, some of the things I am seeing that has me questioning a lot of stuff. One, how in the world did this happen without anybody knowing it was fixing to happen? Now, the conspiracy is that it was set up and they were allowing it to happen. I know. I've been seeing the same conspiracy, and I cannot say that is not the case, or could say that it is the case. There's a lot of suspicious activity. I just got finished watching Canadian Prepper's recent video, and he was actually talking about how the money trail, basically, of what they're trying to pass and give Ukraine to help finance again. And it's like this whole thing is to help misdirect from what else is going on over there. And I don't mean to laugh like there's nothing major that has happened. There's actually a lot of people who lost their lives. I think the death toll count now is up to 2,000. Yeah, that's nothing to shake a stick at. All right, so I'm not laughing at human lives lost. I'm talking about how we're always being led to look one way and something else is happening another. One of the things I want to question, and I would like to get answers to, and I think all Americans would too as well, is the munition that was used by Hamas. Where did it come from? I'm sure there's shrapnel. I'm sure there can be some type of serial number found from some of these weapons. Suspicion, and also a lot of the suspicions coming from me as well. My own thought process. A lot of these munitions found their way from Afghanistan. You guys remember we left a lot of stuff behind. Well, we didn't. The United States government did. Or is this some of the munitions that was sent to Ukraine? We've been sending a whole bunch. There's got to be a way of tracking some of this stuff. I mean, if they can find a exploded rocket in some backwood country and say that Russia's using nerve agents because the serial number match or some type of thing like that, yeah, they've done that in the past. Surely they can do this too. I don't trust our government one bit. I know I'm not some freaking paranoid person up here, YouTube prepper. I am a prepper. I try to look at things as factual as possible, make decisions for my own preparedness, my family's preparedness, and my group, trying to help you guys make decisions too. This whole thing stinks. Right now we got a carrier group, strike group going into closer in the Mediterranean. A lot of fingers are pointing that they might be just moving in a little bit closer to maybe slip into the Black Sea and help war efforts there. Yeah. A lot of conspiracy, a lot of rhetoric, a lot of theories. And I'm not going against conspiracy or theories. I'm just saying there's a lot out there that we're still trying to shift through the BS. Now, we did have some comments. Some of our community members that's been here a while asking about, their thoughts and my thoughts on the whole October 4th emergency testing. Was this coincidental? This happens, then a few days later, Israel's attack. I don't see a connection there, but that's my opinion. I look at it as factual as can be. They announced this test months ago, and they have to test systems out to make sure they work before they need them. But that's my opinion. I don't get too far into the rabbit hole on some of the things that people do, but that's me. I don't have time to waste every minute of my day chasing every theory that comes across my desk, because some of them I look at and I'm just going to chalk up, well, this is something that has to happen. They have to test out the signal to make sure it works. So I don't believe in coincidence either, but I don't think they're connected together. But that's my opinion. You all have your own opinions. Feel free to put them in the community chat down below. That's fine. I read all the chats. All right, I read all those posts that y'all make. But all this stuff, guys, too much is going on. I really believe that we will have a major conflict, and I mean World War III. It's just way too many fronts moving around. Now I'll bring up Canadian Preppers video again, and it should be linked up there for you guys. If you have not been over there, please definitely go check it out. It's showing the fronts. I mean, it's everywhere. This stuff is, just because you don't know about it, or most people ignore what's going on in the rest of the world, if you really look at what's going on, we are right butting heads, not just America, countries all over. It's a powder keg, and it's going to go. To think that we're all just going to be sitting around campfire one day singing Kumbaya because everyone just decided, you know what, hey, let bygones be bygones. It's not going to happen, guys. That's the land of unicorn and rainbow farts. Resources is key. Always has been, always will be. Resources are there. Wars happen. And we're past date for another global war. Now, is it going to be a full-blown nuclear exchange? No, I don't know. I expect some tactical nuclear weaponry to be used. Sure, absolutely. But I don't believe it's going to be the whole mutual destruction. You know, everybody firing all the nukes at once. If that's the case, kiss your ass goodbye. All right. So I don't think that's actually going to happen. Couple tacticals, yeah, very possible. Now, one of the things that I see in the comment section people are posting is sleeper cells. As a matter of fact, I got a clip here for you guys. I'm going to go ahead and clip this in. Y'all can listen to this.
What happened to Israel could happen to America, because our country has been invaded by millions of people from over 160 countries. And we've been invaded by people we don't even know where there are. There are so many gotaways. The Biden administration cannot keep up with them.
Now, guys, this is a concern, of course. A lot of people like to type in my community posts and others about all these military-age males crossing the border. Military-age males could be anywhere from the age of, and they've been labeling it for, you know, teenagers too, 13, 14 years old until like 46 years old. They still label that. All right. Could be sleeper cells. Could not be. Could just be people migrating like crazy. All right. I've been to Mexico. I've been south of the border. It's a hard life. I'm not against immigration. If you do it appropriately, awesome. All right. But if you're here illegally, your ass needs to get shipped back. The reason I say that is I don't want my tax dollars paying for somebody that's not supposed to be here. But that's my opinion. And I'm entitled to my opinion. Why? Because I'm an American. I know that sounds shitty as can be. I serve my country. I pay my taxes, just about a large majority of every single one of you that do work a job. So, let's put it into another retrospective for you. For those that are on disability, Social Security, SSI, SSD, TANF, food stamps, you know, state subsidies, you know how tough it is to live. You know how the economy is. You see rent, power, all these things. When they bring in 500,000 of these people at a time, that cuts into your cut, because the people that actually have to pay those subsidies and everything are the taxpayers. I believe they said there's only like 30 million actual taxpayers in America that actually work a job and pay taxes. That's pretty low. What, we got 360 million? Yeah. Eventually that money's going to run out. Personally, I'd rather put those taxes for people that actually need it, and they're American citizens that need help. Not 500,000 new people that don't need to be here, shouldn't be here, legally. You know, if they're legally here working work visas, it's a different story, but just bring them in and give them the world. You know, I saw a post to see if I can find it. If I can, it's going to be here. I'll describe it the best I can. It showed a banana boat coming in, and it was loaded down with illegals. Loaded down. And it says, these people show up and we give them everything. And at the bottom, it showed a U.S. vet laying in the street homeless. And it said, this guy gave up everything and we give him nothing. That's our government. So damn right I'm pissed. Anyway, guys, please keep on prepping if there is such thing as sleeper cells as far as coming into America. And in my opinion, yes, there are sleeper cells here. All right, I've done stories on it in the past. The FBI and CIA have been all over that. They've announced these sleeper cells before. They've been watching for a while. I've even covered videos where they have admitted to watching these training groups here in America. Yeah. So, are there some that they don't know about? Oh, that's possible. Of course it is. If something pops off, and I am seeing news articles, new videos about the dangers of Israel could happen to the United States. Yeah, we are not 100% protected. This is why we're preppers. This is why I tell people always be prepared for as many scenarios as possible. Plain out simple. Am I going to sit here and harp all day long about the sleeper cells are going to kill us all? No, I'm not going to, because a shit has a fan scenario that we can plan for, prep for, and train for, but we don't let it engulf our daily lives. We don't freaking sit in a closet terrified to walk outside because you're afraid of sleeper cells. Okay? That's one of the things that definitely needs to be addressed, and I'm happy to address that. If you're worried about that stuff, you need to make preparations for it. Okay? If you legally can purchase body armor, recommend getting some. Get some of those backpack ones for your kids. Actually a pretty good idea. It's built into their backpack. Get your concealed weapons permit. If you can legally own firearms, get them. Train with them. Don't just buy them and stock them up and think that you're Rambo. You need to be training with them. Start off at a firing range somewhere to get yourself familiarized with the weapon first. Then start doing some tactical defense training. They have courses. If you're not a military person, you can take a civilian course and learn how to use that weapon appropriately. Because I've done videos showing even a .22 rips through an exterior wall of a house. Yeah. Now, if it's all brick on the outside, sure, a .22 is going to bounce off a brick. But most homes are not built that way. Down here, .22 will go right through it. Even with stucco on the side, it's going to tear right through it. But that's just my opinion on actually testing things out and showing it on film. Alright guys, please be prepping. Keep pushing yourself. Don't play around with this. If this conflict that's going on, I'm trying to watch how I say things. If this conflict grows to World War III status, everything's changing for us. Everything. Even if we don't have fighting on the streets, but sleeper cells are a concern. But if we do not have fighting on the streets, we still have to deal with a wartime economy. A World War economy. Fuel, food, power, all these things. All this stuff is going to be rationed. What you do get to buy is going to be through the freaking roof. This is why we prep. Alright guys, please take this serious. Don't freak out. Just do what you normally do. Keep up your preps. If you know people that are not prepping, go speak to them. Show them what's going on in the world. Maybe they'll wake up. If they're loved ones that just refuse to prep, and they are loved ones, start putting a little extra back for them. Because when the day comes and they need help, if you have those extra supplies put away for them, it's not a big strain on you and your family. You might even have to bring them into your home. Stuff happens. All right, guys. Speak to y'all later.